At the State House level, Democrats had the potential to flip the House, but came up short. In fact, Republicans gained more seats, now holding a 59-41 majority in the House and 32 of the 50 seats in the Senate. This means Republicans will keep their trifecta of the House, the Senate, and the governor's mansion, making their agenda easier to pass. One policy item they want to take care of right away, the bipartisan issue of child care. It's one of several of the governor's priorities in 2020. The pandemic caused her to shift those this year. Local 5's chief political correspondent Rachel Droz tells us what's in store for 2021.
2020 has been a year many of us would gladly forget. Because of the chaos this year has brought, Governor Kim Reynolds' legislative priorities have been pushed aside. But next year she plans to tackle many of the same issues again.
I'm looking forward to getting to work with the legislature next year on an agenda that keeps our state moving forward.
After elections wrap up, it's common for lawmakers and the governor to start working on next year's agenda. This year, some of the items on Reynolds' to-do list includes pandemic-related reforms.
Workforce, childcare, housing. Our businesses are continuing to grow. I have had businesses fearful of being shut down again, and I have businesses that have told me that their numbers actually exceed where they were a year ago. But again, it is workforce, and it is childcare, and it is housing, and broadband is something else that we're going to continue to work on, because especially as we work through the pandemic, we need to make sure that we can provide telehealth, that we can telelearn, and that we can have employees work from home when they need to.
Childcare was one area that both parties agreed needed to be reformed in 2020. That was before the pandemic shed even more light on problems parents have accessing childcare across the state. Rachel Droz, Local 5 News, We Are Iowa.
Housing reform was another bipartisan issue on the table earlier this year that got pushed aside. Governor Reynolds is looking to expand her push to provide more access to affordable housing in rural communities. Republicans controlling the Iowa House of Representatives share the governor's priorities. House Speaker Pat Grassley releasing a statement today saying their priorities include maintaining a conservative state budget, child care and housing reform, and broadband expansion. House Democrats are still working on their full list of priorities for next year, but say their top issue is getting COVID-19 under control.